Hi, this is Laurel.
And this is Gracen.
And this episode of Youthspin was brought to you by the Griffin Ghost Hunting Club.
We'll be talking about ghosts, specifically ghosts in Austin, since Austin is a very haunted place.
We're going to start off by interviewing some Austinites about their paranormal experiences.
Laurel, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do believe in ghosts somewhat.
Do you have any ghost-related stories, experiences?
Well, with me and you being the co-presidents of the Ghost Hunting Club, I would say I have quite a few. Even before the club, my room, I believe, was haunted by a ghost. I was having very strange symptoms, almost like there was a gas leak, but we don't use propane gas in my house, so it was physically impossible for it to be a gas leak. I was nauseous. I couldn't sleep. I was shaking all the time when I was in my room. I would leave my room and I would feel perfectly fine. And then kept going on for about a week until one day I was crying in my room and I was just like basically psychically telling the ghost to please leave me alone because it was making me suffer, and then it left. So I just met a ghost. It was pretty cool.
That's very cool. Do you think ghosts are a positive force?
I think that they can be. I think that some ghosts are definitely pretty evil if they were evil in life, but I think for the most part, ghosts are just chilling, and we should just chill with them.
We definitely should. Do you believe in ghosts? You can hold it if you want
to an extent.
Do you want to expand?
I don't think they're like haunting things, but I think that like spirits remain after somebody dies.
Do you have any ghost-related stories, any experiences?
I've seen a lot of movies with ghosts.
That's very cool. Do you think ghosts are a negative or positive force?
I think it really depends on the ghost. I'm sure there are nice ghosts like Casper. There's a ghost opening that door behind me.
Hey guys.
There are probably mean ghosts as well.
For our audio listeners, the door in this room just spontaneously opened.
Well, carrying on.
Yeah, nice ghosts like Casper. And there's probably mean ghosts because the people were mean when they were alive.
Okay, Gracen, do you believe in ghosts?
No. Maybe a little bit. I'm a skeptic. Yeah, I'm a skeptic. I don't really have a true opinion, you know. I'll believe it when it's proved to me.
Do you have any personal ghost-related stories?
I actually maybe do. I got a picture that looked pretty crazy. It was like a skeleton, almost light figure with like a horse head. It was very weird, and I won't go into the whole story because it's very long and it was very stressful. But I ended up showing the picture to some family friends who were like big into ghosts, and they were like, that's a demon. So it wasn't technically a ghost apparently. But one of my very close friends, who we will be interviewing, Lily, her grandma wanted me to go get cleansed because she could feel the presence still on me. So we need to do that at some point because I still have a ghost attached to my aura. So that was pretty crazy.
So do you think that ghosts are like a negative force or a positive force?
I don't know. I'd say it probably depends on the ghost, but I'd like to think they're a positive force. Yeah.
All right, great. All right, Nate, do you believe in ghosts?
To a degree.
Could you elaborate on that?
Sure, yeah. I think that the human spirit is a powerful thing, and there's probably some sort of residuals from, past lives out and about. But I'm not sure if it's really like full-fledged things and dudes running around and like touching boards, telling kids what the life is like.
All right, interesting. Do you have a personal ghost-related story?
So Randall's near my house that was definitely haunted in some way. Just stuff would always fall off the shelves, like every time I was there.
Do you think that ghosts are a negative force or a positive force?
I think ghosts are what they choose to be.
That's very deep. Thank you, Nathaniel.
Hello, Livy. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Have you ever had like a interesting experience with ghosts?
The last time I was at my cousin's grave, we were celebrating what would have been her 21st birthday, and we were all drinking champagne, and the champagne bottle just, like, it was, like, in the middle of the table, and it just blew off and shattered onto her grave. There was, like, no end.
Do you think ghosts are a negative or positive force?
I think if you don't believe in them, they'll be negative. But if you, like, kind of believe that they're there, they're going to be pretty chill with you because they're going to feel, like, supported and seen.
All right, I'm here with Albert. So, Albert, do you believe in ghosts?
Well, I've played Luigi's Mansion 1 and 3. Don't have any experience with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. So I do believe ghosts are real, and they tend to haunt large mansions that are given away in raffles and won by Mario's younger brother Luigi. The best way that I believe of clearing ghosts from a house is with a vacuum. Anybody has any ghosts in their house, just grab that vacuum from the attic and start sucking.
Very interesting. Do you have any personal ghost-related stories?
Before we got dogs in the house, I would regularly hear like things falling over in other rooms, and even whenever we first had dogs, they would just like bark at random things that nobody else could see. And I don't know, they eventually drove the ghosts out, I guess, because they don't bark at anything anymore. Although my cats still like attack the corners of rooms, but they're also cats, so.
Do you think that ghosts are always a negative force, or are they also a positive force?
I think it really did. I don't think that there's necessarily, I don't think all the ghosts are necessarily evil or negative at all. I don't have any evidence to back this up though, or reasons why I believe this.
All right, I'm here with Sean. So Sean, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. I just think because certain things that can't be explained by known phenomena are maybe more convenient to say happened because of ghosts. I don't have any like proof or any real experiences with ghosts, but I have had things happen at spookily apt times that like just feel like there's some sort of presence intervening. I have no more like actual evidence than that.
All right, well, my next question was going to be if you have a personal ghost-related story, but you kind of already answered that. So do you want to go maybe more in depth about one of your slightly spooky experiences that you've had?
Yeah, so I'll say I was staying at a hotel in West Texas for a wedding, actually just a few weeks ago, and having a conversation, and then the lights just kind of dimmed on their own. Immediately I was like, oh, it's haunted, whatever. But then I looked it up on Google. I was like, okay, is there any info about this hotel? And it did turn out that there was like a ton of experiences like that, suggesting that this particular hotel, Hotel Olympia, is haunted.
Interesting. Do you think that ghosts are a negative or positive force?
I believe that they could have the capacity for either. So I would say neutral, but like definitely could go either way.
Hello, Juliana. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you want to expand, or?
It's a cool thing to think about, but I don't know if they're like real.
Do you think they're a positive or a negative force, if they were real, or if they are?
If they were real, I would say, I don't know, they could be both.
Do you have any paranormal experiences?
No. I'm a man of science.
I'm here with Johnny Walker. So, Johnny, do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know that I believe in ghosts, but I don't not believe in ghosts. And I've had a few experiences that put me on the fence with all that.
Do you have any of those personal experiences that you're willing to share?
I do. I saw something that felt right in between a UFO and an apparition one time. I was driving from Kansas City late at night. It was like 3 a.m. in the dead of winter, and it had snowed that day, so everything is covered in like white snow and ice. And as I'm driving north, the highway sort of turns into fields that then go over to bluffs with trees on top. So I'm looking over into the trees, and I see this white glowing form that is kind of pulsing and moving between the trees. And then the longer I watch it, I notice that it's kind of moving literally through the trees, like where the tree passes through the form. So I'm mesmerized by it, and I pull the car off, and I get onto an exit ramp, and I drive as far as I can without getting my car stuck. And I jump out, and I start trudging through the snow, and the snow is like up to my knees. So I'm trudging and going up this hill, and I still see this thing. It's kind of moving, and it's big, and it's all kind of diaphanous, and it's not quite pulsing in any kind of regular manner. It's sort of almost like it's breathing at a different rate. So as I get close up to where it is, it sinks back behind the bluff and then disappears. And I didn't see it anymore.
That is pretty crazy. Last question. Do you think that ghosts are generally a negative or positive force?
I think they're like people where they're parts of both. I do think that there are certain energies that can get stuck in certain places, and I think that kind of connects to the dreams that we have, honestly. I don't think dreams come just from us. I think they connect to the places. So I think energies of places create different experiences within those places, and a lot of times those can be negative, those can be positive, but you can tap into those.
We are going to go over two of the most culturally prominent hauntings in Austin history.
Maybe the most famous of which is the Axe Murderer. It's the first documented case of a serial killer in all of American history. Basically, when Austin was very small, there was only a few roads, and every night a man with an axe would break into houses and kill servant girls. He ended up killing 7 and injuring many more. A lot of people believe either he was Jack the Ripper or inspired Jack the Ripper because of the tactics he used and the time between the murders, and it was just so publicized. And because of this, the moon towers were created, and you can actually go see some of them still. They're still up in Zilker Park.
All right, the second big haunting in Austin is there's a haunted hotel called the Driscoll. It was built in 1886. Founded by Jesse Driscoll. Jesse Driscoll was a super shady guy. He really just paid for the hotel with blood money, and he gambled. He was just overall shady. He is said to haunt the hotel. There is also a bride who supposedly haunts the hotel. Her fiance called off her wedding right before they were married, and so she went out and spent all of her money on this giant shopping spree and then died in her hotel room. And it's said that you can hear her dragging her shopping bags up and down the halls. There's also a young child, possibly Samantha Houston, the daughter of a senator, possibly not Samantha Houston, it's unclear. And this young child fell down a flight of stairs and died. And the child's laughter is still very commonly heard near the stairs in the Driscoll Hotel. LBJ and Lady Bird Johnson's first date was actually at the Driscoll Hotel. So some people say that they are haunting it together as a couple, since that is where their first date was. All right, that concludes our piece. And whoa, wait a minute, is that a ghost? Whoa!